So Ray J is talking about how him and Diddy were not lovers, and actually it was Suge Knight who was violently taking multiple men. So at this moment, I think everybody has done something to some kind of level, and they're just all telling on themselves because this is what this has given me. Hey guys, just want to upload daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. Hopefully you guys are liking the GOMs when I'm coming to you with this content. Of course, I am basically currently, beginning to prep for this pilgrimage. It is very intense, guys. I can't lie to you. The heat, everything, but we are here. So Ray J has gone on a rampage and basically denied strongly that him and Diddy were ever lovers. He's really upset by this rumor, and he has stated that he is publicly going to support Diddy 100% from this day onwards. And to be honest with you guys, I can see why he would defend him because I do believe that they were lovers. I find it hard to believe they were not. But him now throwing it at Suge Knight, saying that Suge Knight actually was R-wording men, giving them substances, and basically just violently taking them. So apparently Suge Knight is also fluid. I feel like all of these men are fluid, and they're just throwing it against each other to see what sticks because they don't like it when somebody comes out with their own. If this is true, this is the only reason why I think Ray J is publicly coming at Suge, saying that, this is what Suge was doing. Now, for Suge to come out and defend Diddy, but then you're also now doing the same stuff. I just find it to be very confusing. For Suge to also say, oh, if Diddy goes to prison, which he currently is in, he will love it because he can have any man that he wants. Does that mean that he can have Suge too? Because I just feel like all of them doing something behind the scenes with each other is crazy to me because that's not how they were portrayed growing up. And so Ray J has denied it, said that Sugar's the one who actually has many male lovers. And I just feel like all of them are just doing some kind of freak off nonsense and they're just throwing it against each other because they don't like it being thrown at them. Now, Jay-Z, I don't know what's going on with Rock Nation. After that insane lawsuit I read out to you guys yesterday, it now seems like Jay-Z, has officially been served via his son Rymir and the complications of Rymir's lawsuit and how he feels that he's been abandoned by Jay-Z, he's been abandoned by multiple people, abandoned by his alleged father, and of course he's been on his own quest to find truth. And so I do feel like now we are at a position where Rymir has served Jay-Z. These are adding to the complications that have been predicted that he is meant to be facing: financial complications, and fraudulent complications, multiple lawsuits. Also, when it comes to the app Cash App and the people on the board in regards to investors, them also suing Block Inc. and Jack Dorsey. Jay-Z also involved in that. He's just facing multiple financial headaches, which he can all deal with. He's a very wealthy man, but it is a prediction that seems to be coming true. For the fact that now his son has just served him officially, to me, is definitely a wild, wild level of madness. And I think that is only going to continue as this year progresses. So it definitely is one thing to watch. We've all had a break from Diddy and the courtroom over this weekend. And of course, it's going quite strong. There are so many different split rumors about how multiple bloggers are stating that the jurors are not really taking the prosecution and their witnesses seriously, and apparently they are rolling their eyes at them. And it looks like this will go, Diddy's way. I don't think that to be true, but apparently that's what some people are stating, that the jurors don't really care for these witnesses coming forward. I'd find it hard to believe that these witnesses who are crying on stand continuously, multiple of them describing insane incidences, and then other witnesses who are not crying but corroborating the crying witnesses, the jurors wouldn't care for that. But apparently that's what the streets are stating. Court resumes on Monday and it will continue for this week. This specific week coming up is going to be very difficult because that is when the pilgrimage begins, but I'm definitely going to try and give you guys daily content and reviews at the end of each trial at the very least, because I do still want to do some work, because I'm not going to be busy 24 hours of the day. I'm still going to be, free for at least 2 to 3 hours to try and get you guys out something to basically digest in this week. It just won't be up to par with my, normal resuming content. Now, it's also been reported that there is a link between Harvey Weinstein and P. Diddy, because there is a specific woman, a blonde woman, who is claiming that she basically is a victim of both of them and has basically been essayed and used by both of them. This is not far-fetched to believe because of the oligarch network, because of Whitney Webb and her journalism. A lot of these people are related to each other in some kind of shape or way. And so I do feel like people could have passed somebody around, or Diddy could have said, like, let Harvey use this person, I just use this person because of X, Y, Z. Sick, twisted games. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a ritual for these multiple famous men, billionaires, to use specific people that must be passed around in their kind of sick and twisted games. I would not be surprised at all if that were to be the case, because that's what this has given me. That's what this has given me. There have been so many reports about how some of the children are no longer attending Diddy's court hearings. His mother wasn't attending some, Christian Combs wasn't attending some. And so, of course, it seemed to me and multiple others that his family were split or that there were cracks surfacing. Whilst I believe that there are cracks in that family, what I'm noticing is that his family, Christian Combs, the mother, all of them, they still are attending and they still are supporting him. They want that man's money. They want every single bit of that man's money, all of it, every single piece. That's why they're staying by their father. That must be the only reason, in my opinion, because I don't understand why they else are standing by him. PR, image, but they want his net worth when he passes on. Diddy is still making a lot of money, guys. His jet within itself is like $30,000 to $40,000 booked continuously by people per flight that don't even know it's his plane, or it's not really strongly associated, and therefore you want to use it to get from A to B. Multiple other streams of income, the music as well, in regards to what is still being played or what is still being sold, the catalog, etc., royalties. There is still income being made from his name, not from his sons, but therefore they can claim that, especially when he passes away or when he gets sentenced. Diddy's going to write a will and he's going to put the names of the people who are strongest by him, or he will write out his sons and give it to somebody else. That's why they're all there, in my opinion, still, but they still are remaining loyal. They still are attending the courts and etc. To be honest with you, outside of the Desiree Perez lawsuit, which was shocking to me, that I had to read it out to you full, everything in regards to Diddy has been quite quiet. 50 Cent has basically stated that he is going to try and intercept Trump's plan to potentially pardon Diddy, which he said he might do. 50 is basically going to try and stop that by basically intervening, having conversations with Trump and stating that, you can't pardon this man, it ain't going to look good on you. He's a traitor, is etc. 50 is an enemy that you don't want, because this man will be hating on you from the bushes to the seas to the rivers to the lakes to the woods. That man will never stop. And if he intercepts and does this, I'm here for it, because I think it's a great plan. This man, Diddy, does not need to be pardoned. He's never going to be back to the way he was. But him being pardoned means that these particular witnesses who've come to the stand, all of their lives, guys, are now going to be in significant jeopardy, because basically there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be really scared for themselves. And so if 50 does this, I'm absolutely here for it. I think it's definitely a great move. And I think that, we are all anticipating his documentary, which is set to be released, from what I've heard, post the trial. Great time to release. That's when I want to review a documentary. We've dealt with the trial, sentences have been given, we can breathe. Let's get into the documentary and get into in-depth analysis. That's the great time to do all this. Let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Try to get through as many topics as I could in less than 10 minutes, because of course my time is limited for today onwards for the next week. But I still want to give you guys something on a daily basis, because that's the Capricorn energy in me, baby. Like you can't tell me not to work on days when I should not be working. I feel like I always need to do something. It's just built in me. Like I don't know what you want to say. Whew, subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe, guys. It goes a long way. Please do click that button. Send a tip if you guys wish to. There's a $ there. Definitely click that button and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.